welcome.
Hi, welcome.
Today it's a special day. It's Mark's birthday.
Yes, today I am 60. What a scary prospect this was. Yeah, now today's landed. It's exciting.
Would you like to share?
Yeah. Getting to 60, a number that had always seemed proper old. Yeah, the bells are going in celebration for me. I'll have
Amazing.
that. Yeah. Yeah, coming here today and really dropping into some self-reflection last night and especially this morning, waking up, of how do I feel now I've got to 60. I love it. I am really excited because of the journey that I've been on.
Would you like to share your journey? Like, when did it start?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, to break it all down, yeah, how did I get to this place where I'm excited to be 60? And this has taken me on a lot of reflection into my childhood. My childhood, my early, everything up until now. And how life had been trying to give me a big yes. Yet always I'd felt that there's been something in the way, something that was blocking me. A great example would be I fell in love with windsurfing and became a windsurfing instructor. And this took me to the Caribbean for 10 years, living on a little island called Aruba, and had great opportunities right the way through to ended up working for an American windsurfing magazine, signing autographs. Yeah, even signing an autograph, I could feel myself being made small. That really, I'm not worthy. Then going off to Hawaii for a week to do equipment testing, and the helicopters in the air doing photos and everything. And while I loved it, I also wanted to make myself small as well and hide and do the board repairs. When I was the instructional editor for this magazine, there was an opportunity for me to, world, I'm here, and there's a lens of the greater world coming onto me. And there was this something in the way that would just want to make me small and get me shrink. And shortly after that Hawaii trip that I decided to quit my windsurfing, go back to England and become a driving instructor, to try and be normal and ignore my passions. And needless to say, my life just started to crumble over 7 years doing this. A lot of drink, a lot of smoking weed. Also, I'd stepped out of relationships, which lasted 18 years. And then, just really hitting the rock bottom of that. I just knew I couldn't continue on it any further. And I had life to reflect on. Hey, it was good back here. When was it good? I followed my heart and my passion. Yet there was always something in the way. And I didn't know what it was. That led me to, but I knew it was somewhere in my childhood. That was the feeling, and around education. So this led me at the ripe age of about 44, 45, going to college for a couple of years with 18, 19-year-olds in order to get qualifications to be able to go to university, which I did, and did fine art photography. So this was a big challenge to get a good education. I've been terrible at school, really, really bad. Again, that's something in the way was present then. It wouldn't let, and again, there was weird things there. Once I left school, I started picking up books and reading like crazy. Oh. Yeah, I was rejecting all of that at school. Once the pressure to perform was off me, it was as if a big part of that something in the way was moved aside, and my life energy could start to flow. So then going to university was my chance to try and fix what had gone wrong there. And it was great, it was really good. Yet still my something in the way was present. But this time, doing the work that I was doing, it was very introspective, my work. Very dark. I ended up getting the nickname Dark Mark. But it was a darkness in a way where I was exploring my internal emotional pain, this wound that had been trapped. Maybe we'll do another video sometime and I'll show examples of my work. But I started to get a glimpse inside at the pain that was being held. But even then, didn't realize that it was my pain that I was looking at. There was something in the way that was really stopping me from holding any honest clarity to what's going on in here. So finished university, did pretty well, could have done better, but that doesn't matter anyway. I think the big thing is it showed me my wounds that correctly were there from childhood. Still didn't really understand what was happening. Then after university, the next big thing a couple of years later was after getting into breath work, something really resonated with me, and I found myself on the BBTRS training where I met you, biodynamic breathwork and trauma release, and finally started to touch in to this wound at an emotional level, and the emotions started to come through. I was able to have a relationship again after 18 years of no, I can't go there, this is too dangerous, it's too painful. And yeah, stuff really started to clear up. Yet there was still a murkiness about it. There's a lot of good work had been done, yet continually working with my introspection and reading stuff about IFS, internal family systems, has been quite helpful. Understanding that there's parts of me. And then in our relationship, really starting to experience these parts and have awareness to experience them, because we're always experiencing them. We may be blinded to what's actually happening. And I think the best example there is when I'd be triggered by you. And what does it feel like to be triggered? For me, it was just a sudden, very quick flash of energy coming into my body, building up. I think from our work with BBTRS, and allowing emotions to come. It got me to, okay, I'm not going to block it, I'm not going to repress it. And allowing it to the surface, even though sometimes I was allowing it to the surface, not always in the healthiest of ways. And that's been a very curious part, continuing with, is finding a healthy way to express. And then, you know, with this, just reflecting back on my whole childhood, and starting to get glimmers of what my something in the way, the things that had built my something in the way. And a major part there had been having an absent father. He was real close to me to the age of 5. But from then on, he started taking, he was in the Air Force, and to get promotions, he would take postings off. The first one was for 9 months. So then suddenly, Dad had gone for 9 months while he was away. Of course, being a little boy, I'm up to mischief here and there and doing whatever you do. And then the first thing that happened on his return was, I'm so excited to see him, but the first thing is he needs to punish me. Not physical punish, but just tell me off and show me disappointment in me. And it's like, finally you're back, and me receiving that disappointment was crushing. And from there on, there was no closeness. So never having that guide, being taught by a man what it is to be a man, what it is to go out there into the world, and how to negotiate it, and feel love from a man as well, from my dad. And I think that there was a lot of that, my something in the way, coming from there. And at the same time, what I'd got from my mum was she had overly emotionally bonded with me. I'd become her emotional replacement. That was a big one for me to uncover just recently, of non-physical incest. And just the word incest I find disgusting. But then it's like non-physical, and it's like seeing what was happening between me and my mum, and it's like, yikes. But being able to see that and own it has helped me to start to create boundaries, the boundaries that are needed to break that unhealthy bond. And yeah, so coming back to, I noticed that with my mum, which kind of kept me overly attached. When I left Hawaii, I moved back close to my mum, so that attachment was going on. And I think that something in the way was looking for guidance from a parent. Please see me, please help me. I'm a little bit lost out here. That's the little child talking out of this 40-year-old body. And then, then more recently, over the last few years, this last year, 6 months has been really strong for me. Finally I've managed to get in touch with my emotions. I'm noticing that not always am I working with this appropriately. Reading a lot of stuff, introspecting more, then I got a big slap across the face from my introspection of hitting a realization that I'd been living life from the place of a victim. That's a really hard one to say, shit, I have been. Being able to tell when I'm doing it. If I'm blaming someone else, it's your fault, therefore I'm the victim. It's like, yikes. And it's true. A slightly unhealthy relationship with mum, well, slightly very, the more I look at it, unhealthy relationship with my mum, abandoned by my dad. There's a truth to that victim, but that victim is that child. And and this part of my journey now is to not live from the victim child. It's been really important to notice it, to honor it, and then, right, let's move on. And for me, it's that wounded child that's become, there's something in the way. The wounds, the pain that hadn't been seen or recognized or validated, but just kept stuffed down. And it's this stuffing down after recognizing about my victim. Then the next thing that came was, wow, I'm passive aggressive. I never saw myself as an outwardly aggressive person. Not violent or smashing things up or a shouty person, because it had all been stuffed down so far. But when it was stuffed down and repressed so much, it was leaking. Finding little excuses to leak out. Come out in a sarcastic comment, in a look, in a little behavior. And as I've started to cultivate more awareness to be able to observe what's happening inside, and the observation more than anything has been an observation of my felt sense of what's going on, and being able to notice when that passive aggression is starting to become present in me. Yeah, then from the passive aggression, what came up next? Yeah, I think from the passive aggression, that then it was about this non-physical incest with my mum, which points back to the original wounding, which goes back to the victim. So like this loop of just chasing around, and bringing the awareness there. And it's starting to notice that the triggers, or when this passive aggression is appearing in me, that is the wounded inner child within me becoming awake, and it's present. What was created in the past is being present in me now, and controlling my actions in the moment, but learning to become present to it. And I think one of the things that's dropped deeply with me of late is, I'd heard stuff about inner child before. Oh yeah, a little inner child, but I think what really, the part that's dropping into me now and is making my turning 60 so juicy.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a bee.
Behind you.
Behind me.
Behind you.
Okay, I think I can live with that buzzing. Is we could go, oh yeah, there's an inner child. I'm just going to embrace my inner child, and then run through life like a child. Again, doing that. It's so easy to fall into the victim and blame and blame and blame. And really coming to this place of inner child work, where it's a recognition and an honoring of my inner child, but then becoming the parent that I never had for that inner child. And that parent coming from my awareness of what is present in me right now. I think one of the recent ones for me that got me really confused. It's kind of there's, I'm a victim. Okay. And there's a lot of repressed anger. But then when it's like, it's unhealthy and a bit toxic to start expressing my anger towards others. So what do I do then? Repress it? I've done all this work to find space for it to come up. And kind of quite a bit stuck of, right, what should I do? Repress, not repress? And it's, where is that tightrope, that the eye of the needle here? What I've found is allow the energy to be present in me, and to speak for this energy, not from the energy. Speaking from the energy is going full into the child. And when I go into that wound, the aggression can come, the victim can come, the blaming can come, and especially when, even if I'm trying to word things well, if that energy is there, the other person, often you, is going to feel it as an attack. And if you're feeling it as an attack, what are you going to do?
Attack back,
Yeah.
run away.
Yeah. Defense. Well, I'm under attack. It's legitimate defense here. So then you go into defense, then I feel attacked. And then the whole shit slinging match starts. So yeah, coming back to being 60, I'm so excited that finally, after 60 years, I'm starting to become the parent, the father figure for myself, for my inner child, for my energies that I'd been searching for so long. There's a great IFS book, well, the title of it, that sums this up really well for me, and it's "You are the one you've been waiting for." And I first read that book a few years ago, and it's only just now really starting to drop. And yeah, so along with that, what do I want to share is intention is big. I made, after I'd come back to England, slowly life just started to dissolve, to crumble, drinking a lot, smoking a lot of weed, just giving up on myself, and then kind of catching myself not so long before I would have killed myself, that this isn't right, I want to make a difference. Reflected on my life, saw that it could be good when I followed my heart and my passion, but there was something in the way. And then and this was about, where are we now? 20 years ago? Yeah. About just less than about 18 years ago, I'd say. So another 18 years.
Wow.
18 years ago that first made that intention to, I want to find this something in the way. And it started off as a blind journey. But the intention had been set. And once that intention set, the movement began. And very much going blind on this journey for the first, it's been 18 years, I would say for the first 12 years.
Wow.
Blind, but still, okay, I'm going there and starting to uncover stuff. And then the further on I went, the more help I started to find. And so now hitting 60, it's like, wow. So much more awareness of what is happening in my system. What is the healthy way to respond to this rather than react? Respond from what's alive in me. I know if certain ways, if I direct my anger, number one, if I repress my anger, it's going to leak out. If I direct my anger, it's going to cause other people to go into defense, and I'm going to feel more abandoned and rejected again, which is a lot of the root of this. So I know what not to do, and now to learning how to work appropriately with it. And this is self-parenting, becoming that adult, becoming that grown-up, and really feeling like I'm in a place of self-ownership right here as I turn 60. And it's got me excited for my future, for what's coming up. Yeah, life begins at 60.
Just a question for summing up. What would you say that there were key ingredients to this beautiful journey that kind of allowed you to get into the point where you were 60 and you were excited?
I think, first off, as I was just sharing, that the most key ingredient of all is intention, but it comes with a twist. Often when we set an intention, we cover it with an expectation. And what I've found is if I set my intention, it's met, but never in the way that I expected. I had it back in my windsurfing days. I used to dream when I was a kid. I'd through the local youth club, I'd got into windsurfing, and I loved it. And I used to fall asleep at night dreaming that, oh wow, I know there's someone somewhere in the world that's out windsurfing in warm water now, and just letting that soak into me. Then 5-6 years later, that was me living in the Caribbean. But what got me there was making fiberglass components for fairground rides. This got me into fiberglassing, doing some board repairs, becoming a windsurfing instructor. First went out to Aruba to make windsurfers. It's and I really feel that making fiberglass components for fairground rides was a key ingredient to get me out into the Caribbean. You would have never have thought it.
No.
And I think as with my intention, right, I want to uncover this something in the way that the root of it will just pop up. No, it's been a long journey. And a key ingredient here, with intention, I've got an intention to get better. I've got an intention to uncover whatever I want to uncover. Then a big one is courage. Courage to look within and be honest. And this level of self-honesty takes a lot of courage to be able to hold some of our truths. The more we can do this, the faster the journey is, I believe. This has been a big one for me to cultivate. And healthy community, healthy people, which appear, what for me, they have appeared once I started the journey. My journey, it's been two parts. One part blindly, then kind of going as far as I could blindly, looking, experimenting with stuff, seeing what came out of the dark room when I was doing photography. Hey, it was meeting my intention, then eventually getting to the point through BBTRS of coming into community again. That's been really helpful, and healthy people, and what really is a healthy person. Yeah.
So, intention. Expect nothing, be prepared for everything.
Yeah.
Courage, coming from the heart.
Yes.
As my favorite thing is that heart is a cœur in French. So it's coming from the heart. And finding safe people, healthy community.
You missed out one.
Curiosity.
Oh. Yeah. No. Honesty.
Honesty.
That's what we need the courage for. The courage to really be honest with ourselves. The courage to say, hey, I was a victim. To feel that anger. To say yes to that pain that's in there so it can start to move. And this is where healthy and good community, so we can navigate this messy and difficult time. But it takes courage to say, yeah, there were ways that I was abused as a child from the most well-meaning parents as well. It's a big one for me here is how could they give me what they never received
Yeah.
themselves? So it's
Not
total
not
respect,
blaming.
not blaming them, total respect to them, and they loved me as best they could with what they had, even though it wasn't right. It wasn't ideal for to me to get a nice easy flow out into life, and the courage to feel that pain, to feel that anger, yet the maturity not to direct it out. And then curiosity is key. You're just being curious about stuff, and that curiosity can lead us to these painful places, and that's great. That's when it's working. And that's when we need safe people and a good community. Fuck the hurts here. Can someone hold space for me now as I'm trying to process this?
I love it.
Yeah.
So thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
I think this sums up how to be happy and excited about being 60 is intention, and it's I believe strongly, correct if I'm wrong, that there is time.
Yeah.
Always.
Yeah.
It doesn't have to, you don't have to wait till you are 40, 60, 80, whatever. There is always a space to put the intention, be curious, be honest, be courageous, and find the healthy and safe people.
Yeah. And start. If anyone else has got any experiences similar or any questions, would love to hear it
love to.
in the comments below. And it's a big journey, and it just keeps going. And for me, today when we had our morning chat, it's like I'm really looking forward to what's coming next. I'm really looking forward to the challenge. I'm really looking forward to being triggered. Yeah.
Yes.
Not intentionally.
No, we don't do this intentionally.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to when my triggers appear. It's because every time there's a trigger, it's an opportunity for me to spend some quality time with my wounded inner child, feeling it, showing it that my adult self can speak for it. Or and do what's appropriate. It may be that in that situation, I've just got to remove my whole self with my inner child intact until the other person's calmed down enough and it becomes appropriate, so I can speak for what happened if that's really necessary. And it's becoming that loving, caring parent for myself. And yeah, if you've ever felt that there's something in the way, that something just isn't right, or why does this keep happening for me, there's hope. Yeah, it can change with courage, curiosity, compassion, all the intention. Yeah, having an intention, honesty, having that self-honesty, community.
Yeah.
Everything is possible. And yeah, here goes for the next 10 years. Can't wait for 70. The way it feels like going into 60 now.
Yeah, thank you so much, Mark. It's really inspiring to hear your story and how we don't have to say, all right, now it's downhill. It's being excited, being excited about the life.
Yeah, it's a challenge. We can make that challenge fun.
Yes.
And it gets better and better. The more we step into the challenge, what was it? There's an old saying: "What you resist persists." So it's going into that thing that you're resisting, into the pain. Quite often, it's pain.
Yeah.
I heard a quote recently that the real pain that we feel comes from the resistance of actually feeling the pain. It's not the pain itself. When we resist it, then we get stuck and life gets messy and more painful.
Yeah. So hopefully you will have courage and you will find your own way. And we are really curious to find out what you are discovering. What is the key ingredient to live exciting life?
Yeah. Oh, and you just added one other thing that's really important is finding your way in this, your unique way. As we're finding out, it's kind of a bit like India, same but different. It's
your pathway.
Yeah. It's we've got to find our own personal path, even though for all of us it's leading back to the same that same place. But we all have our unique coping mechanisms. We've got many different flavors, and uncovering those and discovering them is very, very powerful.
Hero's journey.
Yeah, your unique
hero's journey.
Because we're all unique and so special with it.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah. If you've made it this far, great. Love to hear from you in the comments.
Bye for now.
Bye-bye.